So the next thing now is for me to um, um, to search for whatever data set I'm looking for. So if I'm looking for any data set, I can just search. Um, if I'm looking for, let me say I'm looking for healthcare data, or let me say health data, right? If if I'm looking for health data, I can just search for health, right? So if I click on health, I can search for whatever data I want. You can see factor health classification, chatbot for mental health conversation. Yes. Then we have other ones too. We have electronic health records, right? Student mental health. So whichever data set you're looking for. Okay, let's I'm looking for data set that is in sales data set. Just type sales, right? You will see data set on. You can see Amazon sales data EDA. EDA means exploratory data analysis. Yeah, I'm going to discuss some of these things later, right? Just a moment, please. All right, so we have EDA. EDA means um, um, exploratory what data analysis, right? So we also have e-commerce sales forecast, right? E-commerce sales forecast. Then we also have supermarket sales, and we also have big math sales data. So whichever data set you're looking for, if you're looking for store sales, you can just click on one. Let me click on this one, store sales, right? Yes. So for this store sales, it will give you. It's gonna give you a sample of how like. Let's check out input. Just a moment. So this is how the data set looks like, right? These are the values. These are the values, right? Then we have type, local, we have local name. So the data set now is kind of large. We have holiday events CSV, we have OI CSV, we have sample submission, we have store CSV, we have test CSV, we have trend CSV, we have transaction.csv. Now anyways, these data sets, you don't need to probably download everything, right? Because this data set was used for predictions. Beyond just analysis, they did a couple of predictions on this data set. Yes. Now let's say we want to look for store. Let's say we want to work with store CSV, or want to work with OI CSV, or let me say want to work with transaction CSV or sample submission CSV. So if I click on sample submission CSV, it's going to display here. So these are the sample submission I have, right? So that's that. So now let me look for another data set again, right? Let's look for another data set again. Let's say I want to look for COVID, right? Like 5 years ago was COVID-19. So of course data was collected during that period, right? And a lot of work was put in place. So you can see, if you click here, you will see that a lot of work was put in place during that time. You can see COVID-19 data set award, right? Storytelling COVID-19, coronavirus visualization and prediction, and quite a lot of them. So let's look for population data set. Population. So you can check out a lot of data set from there. Yeah. Yes. So now if you look at the population data set, you can see what population analysis, also happiness and population, what population visuals, then we also have Indian population exercise directive map and so on. So if you click on world population analysis, let's click on this, right? So we can check out the data set together. So I'm just trying to walk us through around the different data sets you can find an outlet data set. The website, which is data.gov, right? Data.gov. You can get data.gov, you can get a large amount of data set from data.gov. So okay, still loading, so I'll not waste much of time here. So once it's done, I'll come back to it. So now we have quite world population analysis. We have, let's check about now. It's always good when you want to download it, you need to check out the information, or let me say the description of the data, right? The description of the data set, you get. Yes. Yeah. All right. So if you look at the description of the data set, you would see a lot of things, right? You can check it out, see table of content, the libraries, all the information about the data set. You can now decide to download if you want, right? Yes, you get. So that's that. So but we're not going to be using all the data set tonight. I'll just work with one data set. We're going to look at it together, and we're going to explore it and draft out analysis from it. Yeah. All right. So so let me just take us down to one particular data set I want us to work with tonight. So I'm going to call, okay, this data.gov has opened. So this is how data.gov looks like, right? So this is how data.gov looks like. So we have different data sets. You can see that chart also. All these charts, we're going to discuss them. You get to understand them very, very well. All right, so you can search for whatever data set you're looking for. So the home of the US government open data is free. You can have access to it. You get. So if I'm looking for something that has to do with sales, right? So let me check sales, if there's going to be anything that has to do with sales, right? So it's going to just search for sales. Now we have 765 data set found for sales. Now you can check warehouse and real estate sales. We have real estate sales within a particular period of time. So you have United States Mint annual report, quick states and cultural database API. Now this meeting will end soon, so once it is almost there, I would share another link. Now we have warehouse and retail sales. You can decide to download it. If you click on this CSV, it would, now you know I told you different formats: CSV, JSON, XML, right? Oh, this one is giving us for bid. Maybe it's not available in that format. So let me check out JSON format. Let me see if it's going to if it has. Oh, this one is also giving me for bid. Maybe it's not, doesn't have. Or let me just click the let me click it myself. So let me click on it myself. Yeah. Okay, so when you click on it, you want to focus on that particular data set. You will see warehouse and retail sales. You will check the information of the data set. The data set contains a list of sales. Yes,